Hey guys, so as I showed you before, is a lot of goodies here. Sorry. The smell here is divine. Honestly, even when we walked past yesterday, it smelled amazing. So obviously we went for a lot of things. I already had a little, is it like coconut?
Yeah, coconut ball.
Yeah, coconut ball. So I smashed it already before recording. Here we got like a chocolate donut.
Little mini ones.
Mini ones. And that was apple one or sugar on there?
It should be an apple one.
What's that chocolate? Oh, bad chocolate.
2 chocolate ones.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can never have enough chocolate.
And then we've got 4 chocolate rouleaus.
Yeah, it was cheap. Well, it wasn't cheaper, but it says if we get 3, we get 1 free. So 1 for 3. So obviously we went with the deal. And we got some cappuccino and mocha for Josh. So yeah. And it's raining.
Yeah, it's raining today. That's the rain today. We've left the boulangerie, which is how you see it. And I had a look on the map, and we actually passed this park, municipal park, yesterday. And I just had a look at the town map further back, and found it's actually a cut through to get to where we're going for our van. So we're going to go give it a try. Kind of wish we'd have known about it all the other days that we've been walking down here, because we could have cut out a massive chunk of corner and just nipped through. So hopefully it is all open and we can walk through it. But I did see a dirt track like yesterday, and I did wonder where it'd go. That's a bit of an information board here, so it must be like a wetland, because it's showing on board like a path going through big waterways, big lake, a river. So this is the town map. We're here, are we? I'm not too sure where we are actually on here. Oh, Moja, we're here. Yeah, and we're like cutting through the park up this way. There's another map over there, so I'll take a look on that one. You can tell we're not quite wearing the correct clothing for today. Yeah, we'll show you water. It's absolutely crystal clear. Look at that. It's probably about, I'd say, a metre deep in the middle here, in this middle channel.
No, more.
Nah, probably between a metre and a metre and a half. No deeper. And it's absolutely crystal clear. It's just raining at the minute. Let's have a look on this side, see if there's any fish. No fish on this side either. They'll be somewhere hiding, having a rest. It's quite fast flowing, so they won't want to be absolutely swimming the nuts off through that. I think we're going to be going left, fairly sure. Oh, there's like a little blue section, I'm guessing when the sun hits it properly. So we're here, and we're going to be going left up here, and then left again to cut through. But look at all this lovely waterways, and it all connects up to another one as well. Yeah, we've been here 6 days and hadn't discovered this, which is a shame.
I mean, we've seen some pictures, but
if we break down in Abbeville again, we know about it. It is all hidden behind buildings, so from the side you never see this park, and the entrance there is just looks like a public car park. Had I not read the sign, if I hadn't read the sign, I'd have never known about it. So yeah, let's go for a little walk around. Yeah, I tried speaking French in shop, putting on my best bit of 1, 2, 3, and reading the labels on the what do you call it? Oh, there's a load of sheep here. What do you call it? On the patisseries. And yeah, the guy was just responding to me in English. I'm like, I'm trying to learn a bit of French here, pal. Could do with your help. They're not looking too lively, the sheep. There's some more in this penny next to us as well. Just over there. So yeah, so we're gonna get back to the van, see how it's going. Fingers crossed by midday at the latest we're leaving. Would like to hope so. And then we're on our way to Spain, which I'd like to say sunny Spain, but I saw a video this morning of Alicante absolutely getting battered by a storm. So yeah, we'll wait and see how that one turns out. Bye for now.
Hi guys, so as you can see we are in the van.
Yep, back in the van, back on the road, direction Malaga, or Spain at least.
Yeah, Spain.
In total, the job was €1,249.80. So we paid €539.95 for the clutch kit. Then €600 roughly in labour. €47 for mounting the slave cylinder and purging it. €65 in gearbox oil, and yeah, that gets you to 1,200. So
yeah,
not a cheap game.
Very expensive, but it had to be done. We had no choice.
It's one of them things that I'd have wanted doing at some point or another. Could we got it done cheaper in England? Perhaps, but we're not in England. We're in Abbeville, France. So
at least we can be on our way now, and we know for the future it's not going to break down. We had our bad luck.
They have pointed out that there's a small electric water pump that's leaking at the minute, so we'll have to have a look at that at some point, just to keep an eye on it. We'll probably pull over every few hours and just double check. So yeah, one of them things. Was it bad that it happened on this trip? Yes, but
especially the first one.
you can't always pick when something breaks. Not something we could have prevented without stripping the gearbox down and installing a new clutch. Yeah, that's the only way you could do it, is stripping engine down, doing a new splitting gearbox and doing it all that way. But
at least you don't have to do it.
Yeah, not something I want to do on drive, definitely. So yeah, at least it's all working now, so we can get on our way. Would we have liked an extra 6 days in Spain? Yes, we would. Did we get them? No. But at least we're leaving now, and we can enjoy what we'll make the most of what we've got left. We won't be able to do everything we wanted to do, obviously. I think we said in the previous video that we'd already cut the trip down quite a bit than what we were hoping to do. We wanted to do the north coast of Spain as well, but can't do that anyway. So yeah, we just need to get moving, get going, and go see what we can see. So the reason we're having to go through Paris is because there's a place called Rouens. I think it's Rouens. France has got emission zones, a bit like the UK. The difference is in the UK, if you need to go into them, you can pay technically a tax or a toll. Like Bradford, for example, is £9 a day for most vans, including this one. We've applied for an emission sticker for France, and our van comes out classified as a grey number 5, which for Rouens means our vehicle is not allowed inside the emission zone at all. The issue with that being is, like in England, a lot of the motorways or the main arteries through cities are exempt of the emission zone. So like the M25, for example, is exempt, even though London's emission zone overlaps onto the M25. The M25 itself is exempt. Just like now in Paris, this A86, which is the ring road, is exempt from the emissions. And Paris has its own weekday and weekend allowances and what levels are allowed in, but Rouens has none. It's got no leeway no exemptions, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 24/7. There's no exemptions or anything, which is a problem because it's one of the main routes to get down to Spain. You sort of hug the west coast of France, sort of thing. So instead, we're having to cut through to Paris, use the ring road, all in the name of avoiding the emission zone there, which for me can be a bit silly because this van is 28 years old. I think it's 28 years old. Or 27, whatever it is, 27, 28. But this van, throughout its life, has maintained a constant, level of pollution. Yada yada, don't get me wrong. The newer engines are far cleaner than this one. But the cost in CO2 to build all those new vehicles, if say this vehicle were getting replaced every 3 years, does the cost of rebuilding and recycling a vehicle every 3 years outweigh the contamination caused by maintaining that vehicle on the road for, in our case, 27 years? I seriously can't see it being in favour of having a new vehicle every 3 years or 2 years or what it might be. So in some ways I think it's a bit silly. I think over a certain age these emission things should get cancelled out, because if you're still maintaining that vehicle, then the fact that it's not been replaced every few years has outcast any contamination that it could cause. But that's just my view on it. I'm no scientist, I've not done any studies on these things, so I wouldn't know. But that's why we're having to go, I think it's about a 50 mile or 60 mile, maybe a bit more, out of our way to come this way. So again, that's another 60 miles of pollution. But we'll see. But for now, this is the route that most people have to take in the older Volkswagens and the older camper vans. So everybody does their emissions the way they want to do them. This is where we stopped last night. It's a place called Mios, outside of this Leclerc Drive supermarket.
Well, I would show you, but it's raining.
They've got, I think online it says 50 camper van spaces. Everyone last night was parked on this side here, what we're parked on, so we didn't, and nobody were really parked on the opposite side. So luckily there were a fair few spaces free, maybe 6 or 8. There is waste disposal here, grey and black, but I'm not 100% sure. On the reviews it says, one, you have to pay €2 to use it, and there's quite a few people saying that it doesn't actually work and it don't release. So
they don't give you money back either, so
we're not going to bother using this one here. We've been used the toilets this morning, there's no showers, nothing like that. I think I saw somebody else say as well there is electric hookup, but again I believe that were faulty as well. But for a free stop, big supermarket ready for in the morning, it's pretty good.
It's quite a big space as well,
yes.
And far away from motorway. You can't hear any car noises or anything.
So Mios is probably about half an hour below Bordeaux, maybe not even that. We did 800 kilometres last night, so the first thing, we had one issue, is when we swapped over, so Kasha had a bit of a drive. I checked on the engine, obviously after everything we've been through I thought I'll give it a check, make sure all levels are correct. Coolant fine, oil I didn't check, but oil I've checked this morning, that's fine. But I did find one of the bolts had worked its way loose off of the gearbox that bolts it to the engine. So whether they forgot to tighten it up or it's vibrated loose with the resonance. Obviously the engine were at a sort of a constant rev limit for, the best part of 8 hours. 6 hours up to that point. Maybe it was that, but it's I tightened it up last night. I had to put my arm, I were up to sort of my shoulder, so my arm inside the engine like that way going diagonal, and it was boiling. I kept burning myself. So obviously it would at full operating temperature at that point.
Yeah, I recorded a bit, but obviously you can't really see much because your hand were like inside.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have been able. I wouldn't have felt happy continuing with that bolt hanging out like it was. So yeah, but I've checked it this morning. After we drove probably another 2.5, 3 hours after that, and it's not moved. So that's pretty good. We'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, we'll keep checking. They did mention a slight water leak on the electric water pump, but that doesn't seem to be leaking anymore. So maybe it's just because it got disturbed and a little bit of water seeped out. But again, something to deal with when we're back in UK and not needing to catch a boat or catch a holiday.
Yeah.
So,
well, he showed us picture. It wasn't that much. It was only a bit of a leak.
It looked like it was more leaking on the gasket, or even potentially that they'd leaked some liquids had fallen onto it rather than it actually leaking. Because it weren't leaking before it went in workshop. So who knows? But yeah, we'll go get some diesel, because diesel on the motorway services is like almost €2 a litre. So far, I think.
And we paid 150 something.
Yeah, we paid like 152 in the Intermarché, and I think the highest one I saw on the motorway was 194 or 195. So.
So we just drove through Pyrenees. Well, we're still driving through them, but the land is starting to change. It's more flat and more yellow, as you can see. Really tight where we're going, so I'm glad I'm not driving. Well, I think somebody's coming across, so yeah.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
So you catch us just at sunset in the beautiful Cañon Rojo of Teruel. So this is one of the sort of major attractions around here, is this beautiful big red canyon. We've been up with a drone and some photos, so we'll either see them before or after this speech. But yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
just
managed
Go on.
to get beautiful sun on it, but it's unfortunately we didn't manage to get here in time because obviously we're right here about 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in time for this video anyway.
Yeah.
We have got the footage on the drone and the
Yeah.
camera, so we'll upload some of them. You'll just turn you around. That's the van parked there. You come up this dirt track off of the road, probably not more than 5 minutes, maybe a kilometre or 2 if that.
We actually recorded this, so
Yeah, so you'll see in that anyway. But this is the canyon. Now I don't know how well the GoPro is doing in this dark light on the back of the screen. Sorry, on the DJI even. On the back of the screen it's looking pretty grainy, but we know when we upload this onto computer it tends to come out pretty nice.
yeah.
So
Especially we got footage before, so
at the minute we are probably the only people out here in this bit of sort of desert land. All we can hear is a load of birds tweeting. They're probably going to roost up on the rock edge there, on the rock face. Couldn't tell you what they are, but they're very vocal.
yeah, it sounds actually a bit creepy.
Yeah.
You know, because it went like a silence and then the birds started working. So, yeah.
It's such a beautiful place. Like this would be an ideal place if you wanted to do some stargazing or some dark night astrophotography, that kind of stuff. You can stay here, but the warnings are that this is a dry riverbed, and if there's any chance of rain, do not stay, because it's the kind of it's like a silky mud which just clags everything and you cannot move or get out, and it sticks to everything as well. But yeah, you drive further down this track and you cross over the riverbed to get here, and I'd imagine, looking at the cracks in the earth here as well, all this is floodplain. Obviously that'd be even a bit of a waterfall as well.
Yeah,
but
looks amazing.
We're gonna head off. We need to get to Mercadona before it shuts.
Yeah, we need some food.
Yeah,
we probably would survive for today, but
yeah, we'd survive, but we need to go replenish our fridge, and so we're gonna go get there.
Also, let us know in the comments what that reminds you of, because for us that reminds us of Grand Canyon, which we're going to see next year. So yeah, it will be nice to compare it. Obviously, I don't think we will be going inside the Grand Canyon, because we're like inside, so it's probably better. But yeah,
we'll probably
the video don't do the justice.
We'll probably be at Horseshoe Bend for definite.
Oh yeah, as well, and Antelope Canyon.
So we're gonna head back down to the van, throw our stuff in, and make our way to Mercadona.
And pack place to pack, which is now 20 to 9.